There was a special kind of pressure that only existed during the rental era. You didn't have weeks to learn a game. You didn't have unlimited retries. You had a weekend. And some games knew that. They weren't just difficult, they were unforgiving. They asked more time, patience, and precision than a rental ever allowed. These are the top 10 rental games that beat us. Not because they were bad, but because we never had enough time. Road Rash, Mega Drive. Road Rash looked simple: race, punch, win. But nothing about it was simple. Crashes felt random. Police appeared at the worst moments. Money vanished faster than you earned it. Progress never felt secure. By the time things started to click, the weekend was already over. Road Rash didn't just test skill, it tested patience. And patience was in short supply.
9.
Flashback, Mega Drive. Flashback didn't feel like other games. Movement was slow, controls were deliberate, mistakes were punished instantly. This wasn't a game you rushed, it expected you to learn its rules quietly, carefully, but rentals don't reward careful learning. Most of us spent the weekend confused, cautious, and constantly restarting. Flashback didn't beat us with speed, it beat us with time.
8.
The Lion King, SNES, Mega Drive. This one hurt because it looked friendly. Bright colors, Disney music, familiar characters, and then the difficulty hit, precise jumps, enemy placement that punished hesitation, that giraffe level. As kids, we weren't ready. The Lion King wasn't impossible, but it demanded perfection. Perfection and rentals don't mix.
7.
Driver, PlayStation. Driver beat a lot of people before the game even started. The tutorial, timed maneuvers, no explanation, no forgiveness. If you couldn't pass it, you didn't play the game, and many of us never did. Driver wasn't hard later. It was hard immediately. That made it one of the most infamous rental experiences ever.
6.
Another World, Amiga console ports. Another World didn't explain itself. No text, no guidance, no mercy. You learned by dying over and over again. It was beautiful, atmospheric, and utterly ruthless. As a rental, it felt like homework. Most of us admired it more than we understood it.
5.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, NES. This one fooled everyone. A cartoon tie-in, 4 turtles, instant appeal. And then came that level, the dam, the bombs, the time limit. For many kids, this was the end. You could practice for hours, but not on a rental. TMNT didn't care who you were. It stopped you anyway.
4.
Ghosts and Goblins, arcade, NES. Ghosts and Goblins was honest about one thing. It hated you. Enemies spawned endlessly. Weapons felt unreliable. Armor disappeared instantly. Beating it once wasn't enough. You had to beat it again. As a rental, this was a nightmare. Progress reset. Confidence shattered. This game wasn't designed for weekends.
3.
Echo the Dolphin, Mega Drive. Echo didn't feel violent. It felt lonely. Confusing levels, hidden objectives, constant pressure. You weren't sure what you were doing wrong, just that you were. Echo beat players emotionally. It made you feel lost. And a lost player doesn't finish a rental.
2.
The Simpsons. Bart versus the Space Mutants, Mega Drive. Everyone had this game. Almost nobody finished it. Unclear objectives, punishing enemies, confusing progression. It looked like fun. It played like work. As a rental, Bart vs. the Space Mutants was brutal. You spent the weekend restarting the same level, unsure what you missed, and that's why it still gets talked about.
1.
Battletoads, Mega Drive. This one isn't a surprise. Battletoads didn't just beat us, it humiliated us. The difficulty spikes, the genre shifts, and of course, Turbo Tunnel. Most players never made it past that point, not because they weren't good enough, but because they didn't have enough time. Battletoads wasn't a rental game, but that's how most of us played it, and that's why it won. Rental games didn't beat us because we were bad. They beat us because time was limited, because learning took longer than a weekend, because patience came later in life, and that's why these games still live in our memory. Not for the endings we never saw, but for the struggle. If this list brought back a memory, you're in the right place.
To the midnight